My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to talk about an interesting topic of varicose veins. Anatomically, this is the review. You have a lumen, and in the lumen you got valves, one-way valves, which allow in the veins, which allow the blood to flow from periphery to the center. This is what it is. If the valves are competent, they won't let the blood come back from above. But if the valves are incompetent, blood will leak through it, producing varicose veins. So these are dilated, swollen leg veins with backflow of blood caused by incompetent valve closure, which results in congestion, venous and vein engorgement. Usually affects the saphenous vein and its branches. Types of varicose vein. You got primary varicose veins, there is no cause to it, or you got secondary varicose veins as a result of deep vein thrombosis. So as a result of this, veins swell up. Thirdly, hemorrhoids is also a type of varicose veins, and these are dilated venous plexus in the rectum, and they are of two types. One are internal hemorrhoids and the other are external hemorrhoids. The next type of varicose vein is an esophageal varices that is seen in cirrhosis, and they usually present with bleeding. We further continue with the veins. We got a varicocele, which is dilatation of the pampiniform plexus in the scrotum. This is also a good cause of varicose veins. So pathophysiology, any risk factor or a cause results in increased venous pressure producing dilatation of veins. If the valves get stretched, you get incompetent valve leading to reverse blood flow, and the calf muscles fail to pump blood, and there is venous distension. The clinical manifestations are mild swelling of the ankles and feet, painful, achy or heavy legs, throbbing or cramping in legs, itchy legs, especially in the lower leg and ankle, and discoloration of skin surrounding the varicose veins. And this is the picture showing all of these. So how do you evaluate them? You look at them. You can do it by hand-held Doppler examination. You can have a duplex ultrasonography that will tell you the varicosity and incompetence at various levels. Then you got Trendelenburg test, in which the veins are compressed by elevation of the concerned leg, and then you press hard on the vein and you check for any distal venous engorgement as a result of incompetent valve. So what is the management? The conservative management is elevation of leg, which avoid prolonged sitting and standing, compression stockings, exercise and weight loss. The next is sclerotherapy. You use sodium tetradecyl sulfate 0 to 0.25 to 1 ml at one site, and maximum can be 4 ml at four different sites in the superficial vein. Irritation occurs into the vein wall, causing hardening of the veins so that no longer fill with blood. The blood that would normally return to the heart through these veins returns to the heart by way of other veins. The veins that receive the injection will eventually shrivel and disappear. The scar tissue is absorbed by the body. The surgical option is you excise the. This is this is sclerotherapy, and if you do a surgical procedure, this is called a vein stripping and ligation. These days, you do a high tie, which is also called a Trendelenburg tie, and you do not strip the vein. You leave the vein open, intact after tying it, but you do not strip it because it might be used later for any surgical procedure on the veins or in cardiac bypass. So this is a procedure showing stripping and high tie, but now I think we only tie it up and do not split the vein, strip the vein and leave it for any further vascular emergency. A new introduction is a laser treatment. This procedure uses no incisions or injections, and light energy from a laser is used to make the vein fade away. The laser surgically is typically used to treat smaller veins. This is a vein ablation by Doppler, and finally the nursing procedure is altered tissue perfusion related to chronic changes and post-operative inflammation, and altered body comfort related to pain, and knowledge deficit related to disease process and prevention. The complications are superficial thrombophlebitis, painful red areas in the line of the distribution of the vein, local temperature is raised with fever, or a dermatosclerosis is due to extravasation of RBCs into the tissues, leading to some sclerosis. Early venous ulcerations, the name indicates, venous eczema, this is health education. You look at them and you can visualize what's being done, and this is the summary which has just gone through, and this is bibliography. Okay, thank you very much.